Greetings, friends of Warcraft, this is Soul here to fill you in on what is up this week. Like the video, subscribe if you feel so inclined, and let's get this thing going. This week in the world of Burning Crusade Classic, the character transfers that open up the other week, well, they're gonna close very shortly. I'm gonna leave these lists up on screen while I move on. The world bosses Kha'Zix and Doomwalker are expected to appear this week. Like the other classic world bosses, they got a spawn timer to them, so your best bet will be to coordinate with others to take these bosses down. They happen to drop gear equivalent to Karazhan gear, so it's nothing to scoff at least not yet. Season 1 is also expected to begin this week as well. Expect a bit of friction at the very start when folks kitted out in some tier 4 gear proceed to utterly annihilate the competition, at least before we can start picking up some of the more snazzy pieces of gladiator armor and weapons. It looks like BC Classic is a victim of its own success with an overwhelmed auction house to the point where it takes long minutes just to buy or post something. I'm not quite sure if they're working on a long-term solution, but in the meantime they did introduce throttling to those who buy and post at extremely high volumes. It's a huge nerf for big sellers, but everyone outside of that should enjoy a more functional auction house once again. Let's move on to Shadowlands and the usual round of things this week. The world boss is, crap. It's hard to say who the real boss is, the giant organic robot or the broken kid piloting it. Whatever the case, knock this thing around if you can, and for priests, paladins, and shaman, pop in for your legendary recipes. Time walking is back, and this time, get it? Yeah. Anyway, this time, we dive back into Mists of Pandaria dungeons. Don't forget to bring along a few working legendaries and your Heart of Azeroth for a nice little romp through an expansion that you either loved or you loved but you were just in denial over. Over in Mythic Plus World, the weekly affixes in this round are Tyrannical, Inspiring, and Necrotic. This week isn't so bad because Inspiring and Necrotic don't exactly synergize with most dungeon bosses, so this is actually a great week for pushing during Tyrannical bosses. But I'd argue that this is like the worst combo for dealing with trash. So do your tank a favor and handle the inspired mobs either by CCing and making some distance, or by vaporizing the inspired mob really fast before your tank starts crying like a punk. And now another round of somewhat pointless tips. In the upcoming 9.1 patch, every now and then missions from your little covenant table thing will spawn stuff like this. Usable experience tokens for your lower level followers. It's something we've been asking for a while, along with a release date, set bonuses, player housing, Sylvanas' death, Sylvanas' redemption, or Sylvanas' body pillow. XP tokens are cool though, so here's the tip. Do your best to unlock all of the followers on your characters, meaning to max your renown, complete your Covenant campaign, and to run Torghast. And here's a sub-tip, you get 2, walk into the twisting corridors at layer 3 or higher, and see if you can get a missing follower on the first floor. If you don't, just walk out and come right back in. Repeat that process until you get all the followers for your characters. You should have 17 followers ready and willing to level, but considering the oodles of experience you can get in the upcoming patch, maybe you don't have to stress over that too much. It's enough to just have the followers for now, but hey, if you got extra time and anima, knock yourself out. It's just going to be a lot easier after the patch. Speaking of, we still don't know when 9.1 is going to be out, but I heard, from the voices in my head at least, that there could be an announcement soon. Stay tuned when news on that rolls along, but in the meantime, the patch it's really shaping up to be ready for launch. Whether you actually enjoy it is up to you, but we're getting ever closer to finding out. So thank you for following along, and I'll see you at the end of the week for the recap. Don't forget to give that like button a click and subscribe for more of this and all things Warcraft. We'll see you later, folks. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.